What's up, Urban Acolyte family? My name is Prince, and I am an Urban Acolyte. Last month, there was a fight in China between an MMA coach named Zhu Xiaodong and a Tai Chi Master named Waylay of the Thunder Fist style of Tai Chi. And as you just saw, the MMA coach, who I'll call Coach Zhu, defeated Waylay in about 10 seconds with very little resistance on the part of the Tai Chi player, Waylay. That fight in April was captured from several different angles and broadcast online. Within a day or two, the video went viral, and there's even a story about it appearing in the New York Times. Now, I've had a few people reach out to me and ask that I share my thoughts on this because, well, I'm a Tai Chi player. And before I give my personal thoughts on the fight, I want to give you all the actual background on this fight. Okay, so what I'm about to say could get me in a lot of trouble in the Kung Fu community. But what led up to this fight was actually a demonstration by Jin Family Tai Chi Grandmaster Qin Xiaowang. Grandmaster Qin Xiaowang gave a demonstration on a Chinese television show where he performed two feats. One of them showed 20 people trying to push him over with no success. The other demonstration showed him neutralize the push of a strong man who towered over Grandmaster Qin and should have been able to easily push him over, just based on his appearance. I mean, dude makes Luke Ferrigno in his Incredible Hulk days look like a little guy. Well, by the end of the show, Grandmaster Qin appears to have some superhuman skill from years of training his family's Tai Chi style, and also him being the Grandmaster of that style. The thing is that these demonstrations can be fake. When a group of people is pushing on someone in a demo, only one of them is actually applying any force. In the demo with the strongman, Grandmaster Qin places his hand so that the strongman is actually unable to apply force on Qin Xiaowang. Also, there's the possibility that these people may have been paid to be cooperative participants in the demonstration. Also, I have to mention that there are several fighting circuits that broadcast Sanshou competitions on television in China. Now, the word Sanshou literally means free fighting, but the sport Sanshou is called Chinese kickboxing. It's a lot like Muay Thai, but some competitions don't allow knees and elbows. Also, takedowns are allowed in Sanshou. So before you start saying the Kung Fu's no good, remember that Kung Lee competed in the UFC and he had a Sanshou background. By the time Kung Lee came to the UFC, well, he was already past his prime. But I can point you to a school in Louisville, Kentucky putting out MMA guys who trained Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and they trained Sanshou for their stand-up game. Anyway, I mentioned the televised Sanshou competitions because, well, I'm hearing that as many as 30% of these fights are fixed, meaning someone is paid to lose. There are some instances where Sanshou fighters representing famous Tai Chi families are pitted against their own students so that they will always win, which makes the school look good. So this sets the backdrop for this fight between Coach Zhu and Mr. Waylay. Coach Zhu came out of a Sanshou school where one of his classmates is now in the UFC, so I'm guessing this was a pretty decent program. Zhu actually participated in one of the first MMA competitions in China. He was submitted by a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu fighter, and he shortly retired from competition. He began coaching people, and he actually runs an MMA gym in Beijing. So he also took out this personal mission to call out the frauds in the Sanshou community because he wanted to improve Chinese martial arts as a whole. So part of it involved calling out these fake matches, but it went on to include calling out fake so-called masters who set up these fake demonstrations. Now, for whatever reason, he also started calling out the Jin family. Now, if you don't know, Jin Family Tai Chi is big business. The Jin Family village called Jago brings in a lot of money from people traveling all over the world who are coming to train with the Jin Family in the village where their Tai Chi system originates. In addition, there are the Jin Family masters traveling all over the world teaching seminars, selling DVDs, training material, Kung Fu uniforms, and well, I hope you get where I'm going. I mean, this is a big business, and the Chinese Wushu Association and the Chinese government are not going to want to see anything happen to the cash cow that they have bringing in all this money year in and year out like clockwork. So hold on to that thought about how this MMA coach is doing something that could cause the Jin family to lose face, because if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. And the People's Republic of China ain't about to lose dollars over some nonsense. And this is going to come up again in a little bit, so hold on. Well, anyway, this guy Waylay of the Thunder Fist style, and well, I'm going to tell you, I've heard of the Pai Lei Chuan style, but I don't think it's a Tai Chi style. That's the Kung Fu style that Mo Pai people study, so I'm not sure about this Waylay dude already. But this is where it gets really crazy. Waylay has been featured on this show called Extraordinary Kung Fu, where he was named one of the top 10 Tai Chi masters in all of China. Waylay slapped a watermelon, and when it was cut open, the insides were turned to mush without doing any damage to the outside of the watermelon. Now this is supposed to demonstrate that he had this Fa Jin ability that could turn your guts into liquid without leaving a bruise on your skin. He also demonstrated Grasp the Sparrow's Tail, a move in many Tai Chi forms where he held a bird in the palm of his hand. When the bird tried to take off and fly, it was unable to push off from Wei's hand. Now the Grasp the Sparrow's Tail thing may not make sense to you if you don't know anything about Tai Chi, but there's this story about Yang Luchan's third son, Yang Jiang-ho, performing this feat over 100 years ago to demonstrate his softness and his ability to neutralize opposing forces. Later, someone from the show admitted that Mr. Wei's feats were all faked. The watermelon was rotten, so everything was already liquefied before Wei hit it. And as for the bird in the palm, well, there was a string tied to the bird's leg. Someone off camera was pulling the string, keeping the bird from flying away. This didn't stop Wei from running his mouth though. He actually contacted Coach Zhu through his social media, claiming that he had a technique to break a rear naked chokehold using only one hand. Coach Zhu contacted him about a friendly demonstration, but he had to cancel their meeting because another Tai Chi teacher, who was about to travel abroad, asked to train with him at his MMA gym around that same date. Zhu canceled the meeting with Waylay, and this prompted Wei to post all of the details about their canceled meeting online, along with Zhu's phone number and other personal contact information. So let me ask all of you, what do you do when some guy trash talks about you, posts your information all over the internet, and then finally agrees to meet up with you in basically a street fight with no rules other than the agreement not to kill each other? Well, it sounds to me that Wei wrote himself a check that his ass couldn't cash. And that's exactly what happened. He got pounded by the MMA coach. And the bad thing is, well, he brought shame to all Tai Chi players around the world. Not because he lost, but because of what happened after the fight. Think back to all the stuff I led in with about the Jin family. So shortly after the fight, well, the press is going wild all over China. They're calling Zhu a madman and playing the whole Chinese saving face game. Qin Jiawang and Qin Bing make separate public statements that Jin Family Tai Chi isn't really for self-defense or for martial purposes anymore. The focus is more on the health benefits. Now, okay, so all of that might be true, but the problem is all these media outlets are now reporting that Tai Chi isn't a martial art used for self-defense. It's more for health, well-being, and a spiritual practice. So people in general, people are generally sheep. This is what the media is saying, and that's what people are going to think when it comes to Tai Chi. It's not a martial art, it's for health. Now, I'm saying this, and I don't even need to read the New York Times, because if I post a video of me practicing a Tai Chi form, I'll see it in the comments on my own videos. Oh, I see you're not into the martial side, you're focused on the health side. Excuse me, homeboy, but unless you're actually training with me, you have no way of knowing what my emphasis is. All you see is me practicing a form. So here's the thing. Tai Chi really is a legit martial art, and before you ask, well, how come I don't see it in the octagon? You need to remember that MMA is a sport. Stepping into a ring, a mat, those are all sports that require a specific kind of training. If you're the best person in your church baseball league and someone calls you to guard LeBron James in the NBA playoffs next week, well, you're probably not going to do so well because you don't have the proper training for that activity. This guy Waylay doesn't appear to have the necessary skill to fight someone who almost became a pro athlete and may be coaching pro athletes in his gym every day. Also, to use Tai Chi in a fight, well, it requires the necessary training, but it also requires one have what's called Peng, or Tai Chi energy. If you don't have this, you're just waving your arms around and doing a dance. The Tai Chi body is described as steel wrapped in cotton. When someone touches your muscles, they feel soft and relaxed, even though you're able to still generate a lot of power from that relaxed state. Now, even having that prerequisite is not enough. You still have to train to fight. So think of all of this as you have a really fancy sports car, but I'm going to drop in the motor from a Geo Storm and give you some beat up tires. You got a nice Ferrari or a Lamborghini that can't go anywhere because it's lacking the necessary components to really make it go. Or say you get the right kind of motor, the right kind of tires. Now you have to actually learn how to drive that monster the right way. This is the same way it is with Tai Chi or any other traditional martial art. You have to develop certain prerequisite skills and then learn how to pull them all together. Some arts have a steeper learning curve than others. And how this all ties back to the statement about Tai Chi being a health practice? Well, if you're not training Tai Chi to develop Tai Chi energy, you don't understand the proper way to align your body for self-defense applications, you're not training to develop that steel body wrapped in cotton, well then you actually aren't getting the full health benefits, and you'd actually be better off not risking blowing out a knee or hurting something else from doing really bad Tai Chi. I mean, if Tai Chi is only for health, I can think of better things, like just go do yoga. If you're a single guy like me, I mean really it would be a better use of your time. I mean just hit the grocery store around time yoga classes let out and look at all those girls in yoga pants. If you live here in Nashville, just hit the Target on White Bridge Road around 7 p.m. and it's like invasion of the yoga booties up in there. Damn. But hey, that's all I got on this one. Seriously though, I want to hear from all of you. What do you think about this meetup between Coach Shou and Waylay? A lot of people are trying to promote this as, well, Tai Chi can't stand up to MMA, but it's all about the practitioners. This Waylay dude popped off at the mouth, and at the end of the day, Shou popped him in the mouth and made him shut up. The only thing that sucks now is how Coach Shou is the one being demonized now because, well, the Chinese government is trying to protect the image of Chinese Kung Fu. Anyway, let me know your thoughts below, and I'll be checking back to see what you all have to say. If you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and click the subscribe button so that you can take your first steps towards becoming an urban acolyte. Start the journey of becoming a hero of your own story and become a force for change in your community. If you caught my live stream yesterday, I'm working on a few videos. Once the school year wraps up next week, expect to see a lot more videos on Star Wars, my Guardians of the Galaxy review, and I'll have time to finally start covering American Gods and Into the Badlands. So stay tuned for all those videos coming soon. While you wait on those videos to post, be sure to check out my video on this triple threat movie that people are calling The Asian Expendables, or click here to check out my video on Ip Man 4. Well, that's all I got for this one, so thanks for watching. Y'all keep on breathing, and may the force of others be with you, always.